back at it. This is something that I want to look at next, is this thing. First I'm going to take this pulley off. That's a special bolt, that. It must, I don't know, must be hard to get at or something. This top one's not, unless it's missing. Then I'll pop this back off, just have a look, check the brushes out okay. Clean that thing up, get it ready to put on. These come straight off actually. I've got a pulley, but it didn't really need to put any tension on it, it came off. This thing here, I might get a new one of them. That's a ballast resistor or something like that. These wires here, this black wire is one of the wires that was burnt out. So I've replaced all the others. This one will be getting replaced as well. And yeah, these are the other wires that go in the car. They obviously need fixing up. That hasn't been put on very well. So that'll get chopped off and redone. I'll just undo this back section next and get that off. I think that's supposed to look like that. Anyway, we'll be probably changing that. I don't like the look of that at all. Just for my own reference, so I know where to put that. I've undo this before and they've given up. These two screws are okay, but this one, that little, well not little, that kit I bought just got that straight off. No problems at all. Little inspection plate there, you can see the brushes. They look okay for now, so I'm not going to pull them out, I don't think. This is that black wire, the earth wire. It was burned out throughout the entire car because it was put on the wrong side of the starter solenoid. It just burned out the entire earth system in the whole car. So that wire there's got to go. These wires, they look alright, so I'll just cut the ends off them and put new ends on them. So I'll paint that little piece black. I'm just going to buff this up on the wire wheel, see how it comes up. Well, there's that thing done. All this is detailed, painted. This stuff's painted. Rewired that black wire. There's a new wire. This thing's a new end. That's got to be replaced. That will work, but it's got to be replaced. I've filed the edges of this, so I'm going to give them a sand, and that's getting aquablasted before I put that on. I've got aquablasted a few things this week. But that's fine. The thing works. That's going on the car. This week I've got a few things to aquablast. This stuff, there's one or two parts for the engine, and then I'm going to start working on the front suspension. That's all got to be sandblasted and painted. This is the first stuff I'm going to be sandblasting. These things, they're okay. They'll do for now. We'll get replaced later. But this stuff's getting all sandblasted. This is just one side, the right hand side. So I've covered up stuff I don't want to get blasted, and I've got this little rod thing here I'm going to shove over that as well. I'll put it there like that, so it protects it. That's the first go. I don't want to get them mixed up, so I'm just going to do the right side, prime it, put it back in the box. Another reason why I don't throw big cardboard away until it's completely at it. I've made myself a little sandblasting booth that I'll be able to capture a lot of the sand. Otherwise it just goes on the ground, I can't get it back. So all I do is sweep it up, and I'll just sift it through that, and it's good to go. And these three parts, I've done one side of that, right? That's how much I've recaptured. That's not empty, but it's probably getting close. But that's quite a lot. Way better than just letting it go on the half full. I'm still sweeping it up. Without that, that's all gone. That stuff you only use it once. It's definitely well worth setting up and saving. All done. Now I've got to prime this stuff up. I've still got a bit to go. But I've still got over half of that. I had 3 bags of that stuff. I've still got over half left. I recaptured heaps of it. Everything's there, ready to go, ready to spray. These little bits like that, I'm going to aquablast. They don't get painted. And the wheel hubs, the brake hubs, they're not getting painted. They're just going to get aquablasted. You know, just got to start painting this crap, and then I can knock off. This stuff's all primed. Pretty big day getting all that done. It's a lot involved, especially you got to set up that little booth, pack everything away. All that's done. There's a bit more over here. I'm just going to leave that sit overnight. I don't think I could going to be working tomorrow. So I've just, those bags, like we bought 3 bags. If I didn't set up that and capture it, would have used the whole 3 bags for sure. They'd be gone. So I'd have to go get another 3 bags, and it's not just a matter of going and getting it here. The only place we can get that's Brisbane or Sydney. For the front suspension, all sandblasted and fully painted, ready to go on. I just realised, well, I did know, but I wasn't 100% sure what we needed. We need dust seals for this. There's 2 of them. Dust seals for that, and there's also another couple of small seals that go somewhere. I need them as well. So we're going to have to get them. But yeah, tomorrow I'm going to sandblast the other side and probably paint I'll prime it and paint the other stuff the following afternoon, and then all the front suspension's ready to go. It's sort of been putting that off, but yeah, that's done. The sway bar's done. That was all bad, pretty badly rusted. This stuff's all done. That stuff up there that holds the sway bars, that part there, all done. Now this is what turned up today. There's our new clutch master cylinder, donated by one of the guys that watches our videos, and we're pretty stoked. It's already been re-sleeved. Just got to give it a bit of a clean. That's it. That's going on the car. Plus it's got internal parts as well. That's great. Anyway, thank you. Thanks for that, Brenton. That's awesome. We're really stoked. All I got to do is aquablast a few parts like them. I don't want them painted black. They're going to stay non-painted. I'm not sure what material that is. I'll check it. I might have to spray it clear. But yeah, that's all done. Ready to go. Right now, the best thing I could do with all that stuff is nothing. Just walk away from it, come back tomorrow, take all the masking tape off it. There's a few bits and pieces I've masked off here, there. Not a lot. Just a couple of bits there, like around here. I didn't want to get paint on these shafts. They're an interference fit. Just a few things like that. That's it. Four strips of this just turned up from California. It's practically the same as the old stuff. Fractions, just a fraction smaller, but that won't make any difference. I've also got the clips. The clips are the same. That's the main thing. All I've got to do is cut that to length and bend it. And that'll be going on the car soon. I'll put them on the outer on the door, and there's 2 for the door trim. So once the trim's done, they'll get put on that. Okay, all set up again, ready to go. There's got stuff down there. I'll do these engine mounts. These are something else for the back. More stuff here. Doesn't look like much, but when you've got to sandblast the whole thing, it just takes a while. Anyway, just get it done. There's all that stuff done. Doesn't look like much, but when you got to do every little nook and cranny and everything, it took me a few hours to set all that up and blast it all and clean back up. So what I'm going to do is wrap this up in newspaper and pack it away. And then, as I take this part off here, I'll put the other one on there. Get it out there and get this stuff primed. Half of that sand just come out of my boots. Like there's more out there. That's just some of it. And that's another 5-hour day. All that stuff is sandblasted. The entire front end of this car sandblasted, except for this stuff. That stuff there, that'll take me 5 minutes in the aqua blaster. I've got a couple of hours aqua blasting to do. I'll probably get that done on Friday, I hope. But there's more stuff hanging up there, engine brackets and whatever. Here's all the rest of this stuff. That's it. That's the entire left side, including the engine mounts. And that's it. There's a fair bit involved in these in the front end. That's just the left hand side for the front. A lot involved in it. Anyway, that stuff tomorrow gets painted black, and then I'll pack that away on Friday and just wait till it's time to assemble the front. The rear's ready, the front's going to be ready. That's a big step. It doesn't look like much, but once, like I said before, once you start to put things together, it happens quick. Like that'll go together fairly quickly. I do have to get some new dust covers and stuff from Germany, which I missed on this next order. So whatever. Forget to mention, that stuff's all primed. It's ready to go. It's just got to whack the black on it tomorrow. So hopefully it'll only take me a couple of hours and that stuff's done. I can have a bit of an easy day tomorrow, hopefully. I might get a bit of a chance to work on I might hone out that clutch master cylinder. It doesn't really need it. I'm just going to give it a quick hone. It's pretty nice inside. It's already been re-sleeved. But that we also going in the Aqua Blaster. There's those bits, the clutch master cylinder, and these. I want to get the anodizing off them. It doesn't come off easy, anodizing, with that blasting business. It just takes a bit. At least it doesn't warp because it's water cooled. Another day, pretty cool here today. So I've got this little setup here. I've got 2 heaters going. I'm heating this area up. I'm just going to pick one of these parts up, take it outside, spray it, bring it in, put it back here. Otherwise it'll all blush off. It's just a little bit too cold. Okay, all that stuff's painted. Got it all done. It's still sitting here behind the heater, but I can take that out now. That's dry. But I'll just leave it sit there a bit longer. Most of that stuff's for the left front suspension, except for these 2 bits. They're obviously engine mounts, and there's 2 engine mount brackets there. Everything else, except for that, there's another engine mount. There's 4 engine mounts, 2 brackets, and those 2 little bump stops. All that's just for the left front suspension. Pretty fidgety, time consuming, but well worth doing. It's, you know, all the other stuff, it's fully restored now, all that stuff. Actually, on the front suspension, there's also the torsion bars and the front shocks. I've already painted the torsion bars, they're installed. But the front shocks, I'll do them when I do the tail shaft. It's only got a real small tail shaft, this car. It's about, I don't know, 600, 700 mil long, if that. So they don't need blasting, all they need sanding. I'll do them when I assemble it. What I've got planned for today is take all the masking tape off this. There's not a lot, it's just a few bits of masked up. Wrap that stuff up in newspaper, put it away. I've got to go through those boxes and make a list of all the new bolts I need. On Wednesday I'm going to buy the new bolts. I've got some stuff here, Sandblast. This thing, that's my go jack, one of the go. 2 of them are leaking. I've got 4 of them. I can't see why it's leaking, but it's a bloody stupid thing. Anyway, I've just got it apart at the moment. I'll figure it out. I'll put new oil in it, but I thought it might have had some bad O-rings or something, but it doesn't seem to have many O-rings. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, this stuff here's got to get aqua blasted. I might be able to clean that up on the wire wheel, we'll see. But I've got stuff to aqua blast today. Right, any of you guys that don't know how to measure a bolt, this is how you measure a bolt. You get a pair of, I know these are metric, right? So you just get it, these are metric verniers, M10. See, that's the 10. So that's the M10 bolt. Like I said, I know they're metric, so you get a metric set of these. It's got it written on it, 1.25, and that fits in there perfectly. So I know that's M10 by 125, so I've just got to check the length. I'm going to go through and get them. These ones here, I know, I can tell by looking at it what that is, but I'll just show you. That's 8, M8, same thing by 125. That's how you measure a bolt. You measure a metric bolt anyway. If it's AF or Whitworth or whatever, you use inches, and you use a Whitworth or AF gauge finder, thread finder, whatever they're called. Yeah, I've taped that off. That I didn't want to get paint on it, so just got to pull the tape off this side. This part here, I didn't want any paint on that lower ball joint, so I've just cleared that. I masked that off. I'll just wait a little bit for that to dry before I pack it away. Well, I just want to show you this. See, that looked like that, but you know, I've put it in just a wire wheel on this thing over here. That thing there, that cleans them up good. But just what I wanted to show you is, a lot of guys know this, but these pieces here, they go on with the torsion bar, and that controls the spring rate and the ride height in the front. As you turn that, it pushes more force down onto the torsion bar. It's a pretty important part of the front end, that. So what I'm going to do is finish that bit, clean it up. I'll probably just paint them clear. Might flick a bit of silver there, we'll see. But they're just getting cleared, really. I realised it didn't really film that very well, but that's the difference. Like it brings them up quite good. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. It's only underneath the car. So that stuff's done. I'll just finish this one, and I'm going to flick some clear on those parts. All that stuff's ready. It's packed away. I'll be able to throw that chassis together in a day. Put all the rear and front suspension, maybe 2 half days. So that will go together quick, that chassis. I'm not sure if I'll get these aqua blasted today, but what I want to do is just clean the face of these drums. This is probably the worst one. That wheel was locked up when we got this car. And it's just got heaps of muck and stuff there. So I'll just run this, I'll do the whole 4 of them, get them done, and then tomorrow I'll aqua blast that stuff. We'll see how it goes. Noisy. Only needs a real light skim, but it'll true them up. It's good to check them anyway. See that? Quick look at that. Yep, going all the way in by the looks. I'll give it take a bit more depth out of it. I might put it on auto actually. I don't have to stand here with 3 hands. Here we go. Film it a bit better. Pretty noisy. Close to the, cleaned it up nice. Having a new drum. Got to get ready to hit the stop button. I'll just stop there, hit it with a wire brush now. I really need 2 hands. This one here is pretty bad too. That might have been the really bad one there. You can see, just not real good. Anyway, we're getting them sorted out. Do the whole 4 of them. Give this one a go. This looks like the other rear one. I've got them marked. Takes a sec to come up to the part. There she goes. loads. I might have to take another cut. Just give them a quick skim, eh? That took me 2.5 hours to do that. The first one was quite good, but the last three, all warped. Warped pretty bad. But I managed to get them back in round, and I managed to save them. This is the one I've already blasted. I'll give that another clean, another quick blast. This stuff here is all getting aqua blasted tomorrow. But I'm pretty happy with how they've come out. Man, I don't see why stuff has to take so long. Anyway, this, that stuff there, and these, they're all getting aqua blasted tomorrow. I just didn't get time to do it today. Okay, these things are all ready to go in the car now. I'd aqua blast them, but I did decide to just put a coat of heat-proof paint on them. So they've been painted as well, so they won't go funny. This stuff's done. I'm thinking of polishing that. That's been aqua blasted. This part that Renton gave us, beautiful part. It's really didn't really even need honing, but I just gave it a light blast. But it looked like it had already been done. So that's ready to go on the car, that, and it's got to assemble it first, obviously. But I've had a little problem with the compressor. Stupid compressor. Also aqua blasted them, but they're not really the finish I'm going for. It's very hard to get that anodizing completely off. So anyway, I'll probably paint them. That's basically all I can do with them. That's my compressor there, the 150 Hush. It's the biggest one they make, the Chicago air compressors. And yeah, it's got those silent motors. I think it's actually got 8. Well, there's 4 twin motors. And it's how much power is it? Each motor's got 1.25 horsepower, so it is 5 horsepower, which is pretty big. It's the biggest single phase compressor you can buy. I don't have 3 phase. I wasn't going to put it on, it costs too much. Anyway, what's happened with the bloody thing? Number 15 I've figured out it is. It's a one-way switch. One-way valve. Where is it? There. Air's just pissing out of it. So, well, I wasn't sure where it was coming from at first. It's pretty hard to find it. I'm going to have to go up and see if I can find that part and get another one. Alright, another day. I've got to pack all this stuff away. I'm just going to wrap that in newspaper. This is for the right. That's for the right. I figured out which way that goes. Today, all that stuff's getting put away. The entire suspension, brakes, everything's completely ready to go. So pretty soon that'll be getting put together. I've just got to get rid of a car or two. Today I'm working on this thing. But first I'm going to put that stuff away. But I want to figure out what's leaking, so I've got a bit of a plan. I'll do that shortly. This is the part that air was rushing out of there. This thing's got 4 of them. That's called a solenoid valve. So it goes in here, right? I've pulled it out. So it's either that is stuffed, the solenoid valve, or the 3-way. It's a one-way valve, right? But I'm not 100% sure if it's that or this. So what I'm going to do is pull that solenoid valve there, put it here. I'm going to put this one there. If this leaks over here, I know it's that. If that one leaks here, I know it's this. So that's what I'm about to do. I'll swap them around. I didn't have to put them in, but this one's leaking, so it's that. This one-way valve needs replacing, so I'm going to have to go get a new one. There you go. She's fixed. Quiet as. That's handy, super handy. If you got one of these things and it plays up like that, just clean out the one-way valve. You can undo the back of it there, just give it a clean out. She's sweet. Not only does that save me money, it saves me a day, because I would have had to drive up the Gold Coast probably twice. Now that's done, I'm going to do a little bit more work to these. I'm going to clean this edge up here. This edge. I want to make that look better on all of them. They're a bit dinged up and they look a bit ugly. So even that, I thought about facing that, but I don't know, someone's hit it with a hammer or something. They've all got it. But once the wheel's on, you don't see that, I don't think. You really want to take too much material off them. So I think I'll leave those there. So I've made this little bit of cardboard. I'm just going to put that in the chuck on the lathe, and I'm going to clean these edges up and make them look better, because you do see a little bit of that when it's on the car. I'm really stoked I don't have to take that. Those idiots wanted me to take that compressor up there. 200-kilometre trip, a 230-pound compressor to change a part the size of a matchbox car. I told them, you got to be joking. You know, I'm really happy that's fixed. I got this mounted. I've just realised I don't really have many left-hand tools. They all face the other way. So anyway, I've got this one. It's sticking out a bit. I'll be able to do it, but that's what I want to do, is clean this face up. I was thinking of nicking the tops off these, but I noticed ones are not that good, so I may not do that, but I want to clean this edge. I'm just going to do it. I want to use 2 hands for the first one. I'm happy with that. Looks better than that, all cracked and all dented and stuff. I could even highly polish that if I want. I did these edges. I like it. I'm not sure if I'll face that. We'll see. I'll do the other 3 and see what happens. But that's the finish I want. That's fine. That's pretty cool, actually. So the other front one, it's a bit ugly. Anyway, it would be nice to have a camera person, but I don't. So we'll see how I go filming it. I'm not sure how good I can do that, but we'll give it a try. So much for my clean lathe. It's only aluminium, so I don't have to worry too much. Wind that in. Tricky one hand, I tell ya. Jesus. Noisy. Look, I'm going for. I'm pretty happy with that. That's way better than looking at it while it's all grubby. So my phone's telling me that it's full. So I'm just going to finish these things off, and I'm just going to have to make a video. I'll do the other 2. They're the 2 front ones. They're done. I've deleted some videos and edited a few things shorter, so I might just have enough to do the last of this, and then I'll have to put up a video. These rear ones are slightly different. They're slightly different, but I'm still going to do the same thing. I don't know if I'll get all that out of it. We'll see. Okay, here goes. I can't film all this. It chews up too much space. I'm just going to do it a bit, and then I'll show you the result. Going in half a mil at a time. Probably not even that. Go the right way. Not going the wrong way. Anyway, I'm just going to cut this for now, otherwise it'll run dead. Is that one? This one's pretty ugly, this one. I don't know if I'll get all that out of it. That's pretty tough. Someone's been trying to get that off at some stage and they've wrecked it. There you go, they're all done. They're way better than they were. That's fine. This face here, I thought about doing it, but I didn't really want to take that material out of there, and also, you don't see it. That is all covered. You do see a bit of that. That's why I did it, with the wear through the wheel, but you do not see any of that. So it's just not worth it. I'm happy with it like that. They're the rears I was shot. They come up nice. These are the two fronts. Pretty cool if you ask me. Anyway, plus I got injured a bit doing that, so my hand got slammed into the point of the tool, like I was sanding it, and just bang. It doesn't look much, but that's in quite deep. Anyway, you got to be really careful. Anything that spins, treat it with the utmost respect. It can wreck your day. Don't worry. Throw that on there to show you what it looks like. I'm really happy with it. I can't wait to throw this thing on. There's only a few bolts hold that on, like eight bolts in the shocks. So that'll be going on very, very soon. This car's going to go together pretty quickly once I get to that, get to it. I just need a little bay to set the chassis up, and then this thing's going together. Anyway, I'll just call that a video. I'm running out of space. Thanks for watching.